Some people feel Kobe Bryant is the favorite. 18 years old, 6'6". Oh! Yes!
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 20 insane NBA All-Star dunks.
Coming in from another angle. Oh, yeah. That's big.
For this list, we'll be looking at the most stylish, creative, and downright awesome slams made during the NBA Slam Dunk Contest during All-Star Weekend. Is there a dunk we missed? Let us know in the comments. Number 20. Victor Oladipo, 2015. With the festivities split between Madison Square Garden and the newly erected Barclays Center in the Big Apple, Orlando's Victor Oladipo decided to grace his introduction with a soulful rendition of New York, New York.
Okay, Riri likes it. To be a part of it, New York, New York.
Oh, okay. I'm not mad at you.
Though probably a better singer than the average NBA player, Oladipo would have looked pretty silly had he not backed it up with some serious slams. Thankfully, he did.
The adrenaline is going now. There you go, young fella.
A full rotation spin dunk is nothing new in the contest, but Oladipo showed why it'll never go out of style as he passes beneath the rim. He nearly overshot his jump and even had to confirm he'd made it. But honestly, he could have fooled us. Mr. 360 indeed. Number 19, Isaiah Rider, 1994. One could argue that playing in front of his home crowd in Minneapolis gave Timberwolf Isaiah Rider something of an advantage as he cruised to a dunk contest win. But how can you watch this master stroke and not recognize it as pure skill?
Oh, between his legs. How about it? Charles Barkley, what do you think?
Oh my God, that might be the best dunk I ever seen.
After meticulously setting up his route, Rider took off for the hoop and made an incredible display of aerodynamic ball control. Transitioning the ball between his legs mid-jump, Rider followed through with a beautifully fluid yet savage swing of his arm to bury it. Even Charles Barkley had to recognize the majesty of the dunk. Number 18, Blake Griffin, 2011. Remember those Blake Griffin Kia commercials that were everywhere in the early 2010s? Well, apparently his sponsorship deal extended to the dunk contest in 2011, when one of the manufacturer's sedans was parked in front of the basket for his dunk. Intercepting a sunroof pass from Clippers teammate Baron Davis, Griffin slammed it down with force. Though the mechanics of the dunk aren't revolutionary, Griffin proved it's sometimes the theatrics that put you over the top. Literally, in this case. Granted, there is some controversy, as some claim the NBA had predetermined rising star Blake Griffin to be the winner over a more deserving participant whom we'll be seeing very soon. Number 17, Kobe Bryant, 1997. If you thought Isaiah Rider's between the legs dunk was impressive, wait until you get a look at the Black Mambas. Even in his rookie season, Kobe Bryant was proving why he'd ultimately go down as one of the best to play the game. But perhaps his greatest feat of showmanship came in the 1997 dunk contest.
Oh, that was big. Went down between his legs and got the reverse jam.
After advancing to the final round, Bryant showed why he deserved the crown more than anyone else, swiftly hammering home a dunk for the ages.
Then they'll do it one more time. Oh, between the legs, Kobe Bryant.
Look at him, check him out.
The look of swagger on Kobe's face afterwards is palpable, yet totally deserved, as he'd net a near-perfect score of 49 before becoming the youngest winner at just 18. Number 16, D. Brown, 1991. There have been plenty behind-the-back dunks, through-the-legs dunks, and 360 dunks, but have you ever seen a blindfolded dunk? Okay, so D. Brown wasn't literally blindfolded, but he did have the confidence to cover his eyes on the way to the rim.
Oh my, that's the cherry on the sundae.
Brown of the Celtics had been having a stellar dunk contest up to this point, the clear winner. And boy, did he think up an original way to cap off the night, crossing one arm over his face as he slammed the ball home with the other.
The blind dunk. He's got the Johnny Mose, pull the plug, let's go home, turn it out.
You know, this dunk came about 2 decades before dabbing was a thing, but based on Brown's bravado, you may as well presume he invented the gesture. Number 15, JaVale McGee, 2011. The player whom many believe should have been crowned victorious over Blake Griffin, JaVale McGee, then of the Wizards, may not be a household name, but those who do know him know the rim is in danger whenever he's around. In this case, 2 rims were in danger as McGee managed to slam down 2 at the same time.
There we go. Yeah, this is my pick.
A double dunk is impressive enough, But the fact that McGee had the dexterity and wherewithal to also lob one of the balls off the backboard to himself beforehand gives an added layer of awesomeness.
Dwight, I hate to say this, Dwight. I don't know if there's anyone else on the planet that can do this.
Sure, an over-the-car dunk is flashier, but this one makes us never want to play McGee in a game of horse. Number 14, Andre Iguodala, 2006. It took Andre Iguodala a few tries to pull off his most impressive dunks in the 2006 iteration, but once he nailed them, they were well worth the wait.
That's it. There it is, shotgun.
As innovative as a behind-the-backboard dunk is, Iggy showed the best was yet to come. The future Finals MVP began this attempt simply, setting up a generous bounce as he flew in from the free throw line. However, it wasn't until he transitioned the ball behind his back and arced it over his head that we saw the genius of what he was doing.
That's it. It's done. Yeah. It's done. That's hard to do.
Iguodala, too, would lose this bout in a controversial decision, and we can definitely see how deserving he was. Number 13, Shawn Kemp, 1991.
What you got? Oh! The lob, the bounce, the windmill jam from Shawn Kemp. It'll be hard to beat that.
Shawn Kemp of the Seattle Supersonics had a plethora of impressive dunks in the 1991 contest, showing he could slam it home every time on a series of lobbed bounce passes. However, his best basket of the night came when he retained possession throughout. In an oldie but a goodie, Kemp took flight from just beyond the free throw line, gliding his way to the hoop with precision and grace.
There you go, kidding. Double clutch with a one hand, leaving from just inside the free throw line.
The velocity alone makes this a dunk we love to rewatch. But notice the angles Kemp gets on both his arms and legs, earning a slew of showmanship points. However, when it comes to dunks from the free throw line, there's really only one name you can bring up, as we will be later on.
There it is. That's spectacular. You're talking about a guy 6'10 and a half. Look at him gracefully. Look at that. Look at his leg extending behind him. That's beautiful.
Number 12, Julius Erving, 1976.
Good evening, everyone. This huge record-breaking crowd.
In the ABA event that introduced the first ever 360-degree jam, Dr. J emerged as both the winner and ultimate innovator.
And now the doctor goes to work.
Today, the free throw line dunk has become a classic, mostly due to Air Jordan and his legacy of aerial techniques. But Julius Erving did it first, and he did it well, complete with a little 70s flair.
And that sends everyone, really.
These days, it may not seem like a big deal given the athleticism and training of modern athletes, but Dr. J was already a legend back then, and his display of dunk artistry defied expectations, establishing a new bar for excellence.
I didn't know it would be something that would be picked up by the NBA and carried forward and taken to new heights.
Number 11, DeMar DeRozan, 2011.
This is called the showstopper.
Midway through his second NBA season, a 21-year-old DeMar DeRozan had already established himself as a legitimate scorer and potential superstar. Then, he gave NBA fanatics the showstopper, a dunk that would immediately establish his legacy at NBA All-Star Weekend.
Oh, my goodness. Wow.
4 years before Zach LaVine delivered the Space Jam dunk, which we'll get to later, DeRozan took the same positional route but executed a reverse windmill, showing off his airtime and navigation skills around the rim. It's more of a poetic slam compared to your traditional hammer, but it took the contest in a brand new direction.
That was impressive. It was.
Number 10, Gerald Green, 2008. Forget a car, one of the best props ever utilized in the dunk contest has to be the cupcake utilized by Gerald Green in 2008. No, he didn't dunk over it, as that would hardly be impressive, but what he did do was have it positioned at the back of the rim with a lit candle on top.
Are you kidding me? He's not blowing out the candle.
Hey, all he gonna do is
blow out the candle.
all he gonna do is make a mess.
The commentators knew ahead of time he'd be trying to blow it out mid-dunk, but that didn't mitigate their amazement when he actually pulled it off.
Are you kidding me? And it stayed on.
Not only did Green extinguish the flame, but his dunk was equally impressive as he used the full extension of his arms to retrieve the ball and throw it down.
Now he goes up. It's still out. He takes the ball. He blew it out. He blew it out, Chuck.
Green didn't defend his title, but that's understandable considering a later entry. Number 9, Spud Webb, 1986.
He's got a flair for the dramatic, Rick, and he's a hometown guy. The crowd really loves him.
In his native Dallas, a 5'7" Spud Webb took on his own teammate, and perhaps the decade's most brilliant dunker, Dominique Wilkins. At the time, Wilkins had reportedly never seen Webb dunk, and Spud undoubtedly gave him a moment to remember.
Oh, my goodness.
Just the bounce itself is something else, and Webb's follow-through ensured the top prize and a lasting legacy within the competition itself. Looking back, his high-flying backhand dunk is still quite amazing, but the context behind the dunk makes it even more remarkable.
And our new slam dunk champion with an incredible upset.
Number 8. Dominique Wilkins, 1985.
Dominique Wilkins of the Atlanta Hawks, his second attempt in the first round.
After finishing third in the 1984 slam dunk contest, the human highlight film returned the following year for an epic finale versus a young Michael Jordan. In the final round, Dominique Wilkins kicked things off with a powerful backhand two-hand, a dunk combining all the necessary elements to outdo someone like MJ.
Dominique backhand two-hand.
Judges based their scoring on athletic ability, creativity, and style, and we saw it there.
It's a video game type of slam that doesn't seem possible in real life, but 80s footage of him playing proves that Wilkins could mirror his classic NBA All-Star Weekend slams in live games.
Oh my goodness! Did you see that jam? I don't know how he did that.
He's the definition of gravity-defying grace on the court, and Dom brought the goods in 1988 too, albeit in a losing effort.
From high above the rim.
Number 7. Nate Robinson, 2009. After Dwight Howard won the contest in 2008 wearing Superman paraphernalia, Nate Robinson arrived in 2009 wearing a green Knicks jersey, branding himself Crypto Nate. Again sporting a Superman cape, Howard proved to be a good sport, allowing Crypto Nate to vault over him on the way to the rim.
If he can jump over Superman, he should win it. Oh! No, he used his back, though. He used his back. No.
As commentators pointed out, Robinson did get a little extra lift off Howard's shoulders, but considering the former is a relatively short 5'9" and the latter a towering 6'11", we're impressed all the same.
Look, he's off it. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good, Reg.
Coupled with the theme of the two players, this dunk made for an instantly recognizable and iconic shot. Robinson went on to win the contest for the second of his record 3 titles. Number 6. Jason Richardson, 2004. As one of a handful of players to win back-to-back slam dunk contests, Jason Richardson is often cited during NBA All-Star Weekend, and with good reason too, as his updated version of the East Bay Funk dunk highlights his unconventional full extension. In other words, Jason Richardson's off-the-back approach wasn't anything new, but the energy and urgency of the slam beautifully contrasts the organic feel of his technique.
That is sick! He's got the flu! He's sick!
Everything comes together naturally, and the then Golden State Warrior closes out like he's been there many times before.
That is incredible! That is the most incredible dunk I've ever seen, I think.
Number 5. Dwight Howard, 2008.
We've never had a guy this tall who can jump like this.
Throughout his career, this man has dominated the boards. But despite his massive presence, Dwight Howard has relied on a mixture of strength and creativity to outshine his opponents, at least in the slam dunk contest.
Oh my goodness! Yes, indeed!
Back in 2008, Howard changed the game by taking a different approach toward the rim. For a split second, the jam seems impossible once Howard begins his final motion, but his wingspan allows for something truly special.
Superman is in the building! Yes, he is!
He makes it look easy too, as there's nothing sloppy or awkward about his form or execution.
Superman!
Dwight's become known for his personality over the years, but this dunk reminds us of his core skill set and exceptional athleticism.
2008 Sprite Slam Dunk Champ.
Number 4. Zach LaVine, 2015.
He calls this the Space Jam dunk.
If you got Jordan on your back, this better be special.
In his NBA All-Star Weekend debut, Minnesota's 19-year-old guard brought some new flavor to the competition. With his first-round slam, Zach LaVine had a bit of measuring to do, and the timing was indeed crucial.
What I tell you, he's unbelievable.
Lifting off just outside the paint, LaVine takes the ball under his leg and hammers it down with precision and polish. The Space Jam dunk shows off LaVine's creativity, and given he was still a rookie at the time, it highlights his explosive athleticism.
Look at his head! Look at his head! Look at his head! His head almost hit the rim!
In the end, LaVine took home top honors and successfully defended his throne the following year.
There it is.
Number 3. Aaron Gordon, 2016. Though he lost the competition to Zach LaVine, Aaron Gordon's collection of high-flying dunks helped make for perhaps the best contest in years. In years past, these ballers would get assistance from teammates, but in 2016, Gordon brought out Stuff the Magic Dragon for a most challenging slam dunk.
He does this. That's a 10.
As far as timing, he doesn't need to worry about a precision bounce, well, at least in terms of the ball itself. What does need careful attention, however, is Gordon's bounce over the mascot, and he manages to avoid embarrassment while sealing the deal with both hands.
Yes.
Come on, man. Time to go home, man.
Oh,
my God.
Let's go home.
Yeah.
Let's go home. Let's go home. Let's go home.
Number 2, Michael Jordan, 1988.
And now in his own town, Chicago, Michael Jordan here to defend the 1987 Slam Dunk Championship.
Arguably the greatest player in NBA history, Michael Jordan is also regarded as one of the game's most influential dunkers. In 1988, he touched on the pass to produce one of his most iconic slams, an aerial flight that would become an inspiration for ballers across the globe.
I brought Dominique to his feet.
Facing off against Dominique Wilkins, Air Jordan had the top-notch competition he so famously craved. And his soaring conclusion shows off all the traits that made him an international superstar: reach, personality, and technique. It's not just a classic slam dunk contest moment, but one of the most timeless Chicago moments from Michael Jordan's Hall of Fame career.
They gave him a 50. They gave Jordan a 50. He defends his championship.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, Vince Carter, 2000.
This guy is making everybody move back, and he's going to take off on the free throw line at the beginning now. Just lose it right here.
When this Toronto Raptor made his slam dunk contest debut, the NBA family expected big results. By this time, Vince Carter had quickly evolved into a top-notch player, and his acrobatic in-game dunks would naturally become even more mystical with no defenders around. But Vince didn't just show off in 2000, he clowned the competition, and his elbow dunk literally left his peers speechless.
All right, Vince Carter with his first on the final round.
Ladies, wait, timeout. Can I take a timeout?
He also put down a 360-degree windmill in the same competition, even bringing out cousin and then teammate Tracy McGrady. But it's the elbow jam that remains his most dynamic slam dunk.
It was one of those things where I wanted to show the people that how high I can get above the rim, and then I could put my arm in the rim, and then after that was just hold on, and hopefully I'd wow the crowd where it would be silent in the arena.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.